Good morning, it's October 16th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know.
The UK is facing an urgent challenge as climate change accelerates, with projections indicating at least 2 degrees Celsius of global warming by 2050. Current adaptation efforts are deemed insufficient to cope with increasing weather extremes such as heat waves, droughts, wildfires, and flooding. The Climate Change Committee recommends setting stronger government targets and establishing a long-term framework to protect health, infrastructure, food security, and public services with clear accountability. Infrastructure built today must be resilient enough to withstand up to 4 degrees Celsius of warming by the end of the century, including measures like climate-resilient trees for carbon storage and cooling. The CCC emphasizes that adaptation should focus on minimizing health impacts, maintaining food security, supporting nature, and ensuring the normal operation of vital services during extreme weather events. 6 key areas for adaptation include public health, food security, infrastructure resilience, protection from weather extremes, public services, and climate-resilient economic growth. Efforts should also support essential services such as insurance and aim to reduce health and well-being impacts during climate crises. There is concern over recent political moves to roll back climate policies, including proposals to scrap the Climate Change Act, which critics say undermine efforts for emission reductions and adaptation. The UK's indoor climate is also at risk, as many classrooms already exceed recommended temperatures during heat waves, jeopardizing student safety and performance. Indoor environments, including humidity and ventilation, are crucial since high humidity combined with heat can be deadly, and most people spend significant time indoors. Current preparations are inadequate, with record heat waves causing indoor temperatures in schools to reach up to 36.3 degrees Celsius, affecting students and healthcare facilities. The CCC recommends using 2050 as a target for major projects like water reservoir construction to address water shortages and extreme weather. Additionally, a comprehensive overhaul of the UK's food system is needed, including reducing meat consumption and livestock numbers to improve food security and environmental sustainability. Globally, over 1 billion people lack access to cooling, and urban populations are expected to reach 68% by 2050, increasing exposure to dangerous heat and humidity. Climate models often underestimate urban heat, as cities tend to create microclimates that can cause temperatures to rise well above global averages, especially in densely populated areas.
The Lewotobi-Laki-Laki volcano on Indonesia's Flores Island has erupted again, producing ash plumes that reached up to 10 kilometers high. This marks the second eruption within 24 hours, with the previous event on October 14, 2025, also generating large ash clouds that disrupted air travel. Indonesia, part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, has over 120 active volcanoes and experiences frequent seismic activity and eruptions. Since July, the volcano has shown ongoing signs of unrest, including shallow tremors and upward-moving magma. The latest eruption was triggered by an explosion around 1:35 local time, lasting over 4 minutes, leading to the temporary closure of France Xavier Seda Airport in Maumere. Authorities have responded by issuing the highest alert level, evacuating nearby villages, and establishing a 6-kilometer exclusion zone to prevent injuries and protect agriculture. The ash column from the eruption poses risks such as ashfall, disruption of air travel, and potential further volcanic activity. Seismic activity continues with shallow tremors and rising magma, indicating ongoing unrest. Media outlets like the Straits Times have documented the eruptions with videos, showing the scale of the activity. No injuries or fatalities have been reported so far, and previous eruptions have caused no structural damage. Heavy rains in the region raise concerns about volcanic mudslides, adding to the hazards. The volcano's activity underscores Indonesia's position on the Pacific Ring of Fire, known for its high seismic and volcanic activity. Steroids are typically known for their role in inflammation and immune regulation, but recent research reveals they can also activate immune responses against cancer under certain conditions. A study published in Cancer Discovery highlights that targeting the protein GARP may offer a new therapeutic approach for melanoma, with potential applications in breast and colorectal cancers. This research was funded by organizations including Cancer Research UK, Wellcome, and the NIH. The study analyzed data from over 2,000 patients and 40 melanoma tumor samples. It found that tumors with higher steroid responsiveness are associated with longer patient survival. Conversely, elevated levels of GARP are linked to poorer outcomes in patients. The findings suggest that reducing GARP activity could improve treatment responses. Ongoing research aims to develop therapies that inhibit GARP, which may benefit patients resistant to existing treatments like immunotherapy. A recent investigation by Consumer Reports has revealed that most tested protein powders and shakes contain dangerously high levels of lead. Out of 23 products examined, over 2/3 exceeded safe daily limits for lead intake. Long-term exposure to lead is associated with serious health risks, including cardiovascular issues, kidney damage, and complications during pregnancy. Experts recommend avoiding certain high-risk products entirely and limiting others to once a week. Plant-based powders such as Garden of Life's Sport Organic Protein and Momentous 100% Plant Protein, along with non-plant options like Muscle Med's Carnivore Mass, were identified as risky and should be consumed infrequently. The lack of federal regulation allows supplement manufacturers to self-test and set their own safety standards, leading to inconsistent safety levels. The FDA does not currently establish specific limits for heavy metals in supplements, and many manufacturers do not disclose ingredient sources. Some companies, like Naked Nutrition, source ingredients from suppliers that perform heavy metal testing, but they have not publicly confirmed their results. Imported ingredients, especially from China, may pose higher contamination risks. Recently, the FDA set guidelines for lead levels in processed baby foods, signaling increased regulatory focus on heavy metals. Unlike prescription drugs, dietary supplements are not reviewed or approved by the FDA before sale, prompting Consumer Reports to advocate for regulatory action. They have launched a petition urging the FDA to establish enforceable limits on lead and other heavy metals in protein powders and shakes. Currently, no federal limits specifically regulate lead in these products, raising significant safety concerns. Lead is highly toxic, and there is no safe level of exposure. Repeated intake can accumulate in the body and cause serious health problems, especially in children and pregnant women. A partial skeleton of Paranthropus boisei, including hands, a skull, and foot bones, was discovered near Lake Turkana, Kenya, dating back approximately 1.5 million years. This find offers new insights into the anatomy of this ancient hominin. The fossilized hand shows features similar to modern humans, such as a long thumb and broad fingertips suitable for gripping. However, it also has ape-like curved joints which suggest it may not have had the fine dexterity necessary for precise pinching. This discovery challenges previous doubts about Paranthropus boisei's ability to make and use tools, indicating it might have had some manual capabilities. Nonetheless, it lacked the specialized wrist anatomy seen in later humans. The fossils were uncovered between 2019 and 2021 by a team led by Louise Leakey, involving local community members, highlighting the importance of collaboration in fieldwork. Researchers from institutions like the Max Planck Institute and the American Museum of Natural History participated, emphasizing international cooperation. The find adds complexity to our understanding of tool use and hand function in hominins, suggesting a more nuanced evolutionary development. The fossils also suggest behavioral parallels with gorillas, such as banging rocks, which could point to primitive tool-related behaviors. The discovery was published in Nature by Mongol et al., marking a significant advancement in understanding Paranthropus boisei's skeletal structure. Prior to this, little was known about its overall morphology, aside from its skull and teeth. The fossils were found in an area where footprints indicate Paranthropus boisei coexisted with Homo erectus, suggesting different ecological niches. Overall, these findings imply that Paranthropus boisei may have had manual capabilities different from previous assumptions, influencing interpretations of its behavior and cognitive abilities.
This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news.
For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.